Hi everyone. So I know everyone and their mother does this type of TBR video, but I honestly love watching them. So I wanted to try it out for myself. So this is the TBR jar prompts, picks my May reads. Usually what I've done in the past is put the names of all my physical TBR that I have in a bag, and I would pick a few random ones. So I thought I would make it a little bit more interesting and use prompts instead. So I just got some random prompts online. I'll just pick one out and try to fit a book that I own on my physical TBR to fit that prompt. I'm thinking I might do 8. I know in June I won't be able to film one of these because I'm going away, so I actually think I'll do 8, so it'll do me maybe like a month and a half possibly. So yeah, in terms of my physical TBR, I have all my new releases here. Some of these are my current TBR for April. All my paperbacks are here, and then I've got these 2 shelves here that are all books to be read. Hopefully these prompts match a few of these books. I think, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Rachel Catherine who made this video concept very popular. I know everyone does this now, but I could be wrong. Obviously TBR prompts and games isn't a new idea. I got this jar from Tesco and I filled it up with different coloured craft paper, so I think it looks really nice. I think I filled it up too high because they don't have a lot of room to move around. Okay, prompt number 1. You're going to see my really messy handwriting as well. Okay, so I'll show it here first. Read a graphic novel. I don't remember writing that one. Okay, sorry if the camera has moved. I literally, like, my graphic novels are like way over there, so I had to like push everything out of the way. So I don't have too many options. I only have about 4. So I am actually in the middle of the Lore Olympus series. So that's by Rachel Smith, and I'm on volume 4. Volume 5 is out, and then 6 is about to come out in May actually. Definitely interested in this one. Then I have 3 others that I've never started. So I've got Heartstopper. I know I'm so late to the party, but I've got Heartstopper volume 1. This is very niche, but I have the Bad Omens comics. So these are a band. They're pretty popular now, but they released 4 comics that are in conjunction with an album that they're releasing. So I have those 4, but I haven't read them yet. And then I think I will count Solo Leveling as a graphic novel rather than a manga, because it is a manhwa. So it's a Korean graphic novel basically. So it is in full colour and it does read from left to right like a traditional graphic novel. So I think I'll choose between those 4. But I think I'll read Lore Olympus anyway, so I might pick a new one. And I think out of all of these, I think Solo Leveling is what I'm most excited about. So I think I'll go for this one. I bought this because Jodie from Vanilla Moon, she was just raving about this. So I heard that this is very video game like. So everyone in this world, you have to compete in fights and that dictates your level, and I think the main character of this is the lowest level you can possibly be, and I think he works his way up, and I think each level dictates how much like money you get and how high you are in society. So it sounds really good, and I am a video game person, so I think I will really like this. Okay, so that's number 1. Do I have space? I might put them here. You can see the edge. So I'll put my TBR here. Okay, prompt number 2. Oh, I think I have this too full. Like ones are falling out. I've gone for this one. Okay, so here is one. So it's a sci-fi. I literally just finished a sci-fi. I just read Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Pellini, and it took me all of April. I loved it though. It was very good. Okay, I have a couple of options here. I've got Sea of Tranquility. This is by Emily St. John Mandel. I know nothing about this, but this was a Goodreads winner, I think, for 2021 for the sci-fi category. I then also have The Humans by Matt Haig. I heard that this is actually a very funny book, and I think it's about aliens coming to the Earth. I think one of the aliens looks like a human. Like, I think he adapts the form of a human, and I think it's just an alien trying to figure out how to be a human. But I heard it's really funny, but that's an old enough one. He's had it out for a while. I also know In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune is a sci-fi. This is actually based on Pinocchio. A family assembled from spare parts might become whole. So I think it's about robots that come to life. So that'd be fun. So either of these 3, I think. That's the only sci-fis I have. I think I'm gonna go for Sea of Tranquility. I think this is a time travel book, and it's the type of book that you read in one sitting. It's actually quite a quick read. I think that'll be good. I'm after just finishing an 800-page sci-fi. So maybe something a little bit smaller and maybe less heavy might be good, but I've heard very good things about this. So I think out of those 3, this is probably the one I'm most excited about. Okay, prompt number 3. I'll go for this pink one. So will I show it to the camera first? Oh, it's upside down. Hauled this year. Oh, I just had a look at my Goodreads and I did actually do quite a bit of shopping at the beginning of January, but it was kind of like Goodreads winners, like series I'm in the middle of, and then I have a few new releases, so I've got a few to pick from. I'm in the mood for a thriller, so I might actually go for The Maid. So actually this isn't new, but I just bought it this year. The Mystery Guest, which is the sequel, did come out very recently. I think it was like January time. So I might start with The Maid. This is by Anita Prose, and I believe this is her first novel. So this is about a hotel maid, and she's very used to being like kind of in the shadows, nobody noticing her, but she actually discovers a dead body in the hotel, and I think she gets blamed for it, or she gets wrapped up in it anyway. So it sounds good. That sounds fun. I love a hotel setting and I love a good whodunit, so I think I'll go for this one. These are very pretty books as well. So yeah, I'll go for this one. I've heard good things too. Add to my pile. That was 3. Okay, yeah, 3. I'll go for prompt number 4. I felt this too high. Y'all wanna fall out. Okay, oh, this is a big one. So, show it here first. Can you read my writing? Probably not. So, book that is part of a series. Okay, does that mean a series I'm in the middle of, or start of a series, part of a series? I should probably read a series I'm in the middle of rather than starting a new one. I'm pretty sure there is a prompt in there that says start a new series, so maybe I'll keep that to series I'm in the middle of. I actually did a count recently and I think I've got 18 going at the moment. Am I cheating a little bit? I might go for a manga series that I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of Black Butler. I wouldn't mind getting back into it because there's so many volumes. I think they're up to like, I think they're in the 30s. I think they're up to 33, 34 at the moment. And I'm only on volume 3. So I would like to get into it again. So this is quite fun. It's set in England in this like gothic manor. It's run by this like child prodigy who has this toy company, and he has like all these servants, and then his main butler is Sebastian, and he's this like perfect butler. He can do everything perfectly. I think some of these frames are so funny because you've got Sebastian who can do everything perfectly, and then you've got these 3 other servants who are crap. So you've got some frames where you've got Sebastian doing something and then the 3 of them in the back like messing up. It's very, very fun, but also quite dark. I was quite shocked. There was one, I think it was volume 3, that I was like, whoa, this has turned to very serious. There's actually a Jack the Ripper subplot in it. But yeah, I found this really fun, so I wouldn't mind like getting back into Black Butler. So I think that'll be the series I get into this month. I'll put it there. This is so much more fun than picking out random. Oh, I lost it. I had a grip on one and I lost it. Okay, this one. Fun. So this is a book that you bought secondhand. Oh, do you know what? So I actually bought The Inheritance Game secondhand on Depop, and this is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm late getting to this. The trilogy's already done, and actually I think there's a spin-off of the Brothers Hawthorne already out, so I'm quite behind. I heard that this is like a bit like Knives Out, where I think this family are set to inherit this like fortune. There's a few random people that are also included in the will, but apparently it's a game like setting, so I think there's a lot of like trials in order to gain the inheritance. So it sounds quite fun, and I heard that there's like, I don't know, is there a romance triangle, something along those lines, but it is a YA kind of fun thriller book, I think. So it sounds great. I love the Knives Out movies, and the fact that this gets compared to them sounds really, really good to me. So I'm loving my TBR at the moment. Actually, it's looking very good. Oh, okay, got a thin one. If you can see that, it is a 5-star prediction. Ooh, I'm not good at this. Actually, I'm pretty sure Blue Lily, Lily Blue, so this is book 3 in the Raven cycle. I'm sure this will be 5 stars because the first 2 were for me as well. So that's a contender. Maybe also Wondersmith, because Nevermore, the first book, was 5 stars for me as well. Okay, I have another contender, The Fragile Threads of Power by V. Schwab. So this is a spin-off of the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, which was a 5-star series for me. Just based on the past books and series, I'm predicting that any of these will be 5 stars as well, hopefully. Okay, I might go for The Fragile Threads of Power because it's been sitting on my shelf the longest, and I am very much itching to get to it, and I can't wait to see what the spin-off does to the series. I've heard nothing about this book, nothing, like nobody's talking about it. I'm not really sure why, but I'm like quietly confident I'm gonna really like it. If it's not a 5-star, I think it'll be a very high 4 anyway, at least, unless Schwab totally bombs it. I highly doubt it, so I definitely am predicting a very high rating anyway. Is that up here? Ooh. That's a chunky book. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 2 more. This will be prompt 7. I keep going for the ones down the very bottom. Why do I keep doing that? Oh, another yellow one. So here it is. So the authors whose first or last name starts with S. That's a random prompt. Okay, I have to really look through my shelves. Okay, there are so many authors with S in their name. I'm going to rattle off a few. I've got Maggie Stiefvater, L.J. Smith, V. Schwab, Suzanne Collins, Sergei Dashenko, Sylvia Marino Garcia. I have this random Korean one. His second name is Son. Stephen King. I've got Sophie McIntosh, Sally Rooney, of course, Stephanie Meyer. I've got Sui Yoshida, Rachel Smith. I have so many, so I'm going to pick one of these. So many of these I just noticed. Oh, all very messy here, was that I have a lot of V. Schwab books that I didn't read, so I might actually go for her. I really wouldn't mind, since I'm doing The Fragile Threads of Power, which is quite a chunky book from her, I might go for a shorter one. So this is Tunnel of Bones. This is actually her middle grade series. So the first one is called City of Ghosts. It's about Cassidy Blake, and she has this near-death experience that gives her the ability to talk to ghosts. So she actually gets this ghost friend called Jacob, and he's so funny. But her parents are actually paranormal investigators. So they go from city to city doing this TV show. So the first one was actually set in Edinburgh, which I loved because I lived in Edinburgh myself. This one, book 2, is set in Paris, and I think book 3 is set in New Orleans, I think. But yeah, I would love to read these. They're very fun. You'll probably read it in one sitting type book. So I think I'll go for this one. It is middle grade, but I found anyone would enjoy this. Honestly, I feel like middle grade books are some of the best written books out there. But yeah, V. Schwab, she's really excellent, so I'll go for this one. You can only see it at the very top of the camera. I'm sorry if the camera has moved around and jumped around. I think grabbing the books has been like more chaotic than I realized. Okay, so last prompt. Yes, be prompt number 8. That's definitely enough. I'll go for this blue one. So what does that say? Over 500 pages. Oh gosh, so a big chunky book then. I'm actually going to have a look at my Goodreads because you can do page count, I think. Okay, I have a few chunky contenders here. So according to Goodreads, actually the orange manga is over 500 pages, and I well believe it. So that's a fun contender. I would really like to get to that. All the From Blood and Ash books are over 500. I think this is 600 and something. It's like 650, 640. So this is book 3 in From Blood and Ash. I'm in the middle of another V. Schwab, but I'm okay with that. There is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I think that's 600-ish. Oh no, 500. Oh, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, that's well over 500. So random. But actually the BTS memoir, I haven't got to this yet, and I believe this is over 500 pages. I think this is cheating though, because I think there's a lot of pictures in this. Oh, actually, it's not. Oh, it's not. Okay, Goodreads said that was 500, but it's actually 496, so that's not a contender. I can't believe I forgot this, but I've got House of Flame and Shadow. I am desperate to get to this, and I think this is, I don't want to spoil anything. Oh yeah, 820, so well over 500. And then actually the Poppy War as well. That's quite deceptive. You wouldn't think it's 500 pages, but it is about 520. So they are my options. So I think I've decided to go for orange. So this is by Ichiko Takano. I believe this is about a group of school friends. And I think there is actually a sci-fi time travel element to this book. So one of the friends, Nehao, she gets a letter from herself from 10 years in the future. She thinks it's a prank first, but actually things that are mentioned in the letter actually do happen. And the letter tells her to kind of watch over and guide someone, or else something bad will happen. So it says it's a heart-wrenching sci-fi romance. So the chances of this making me cry are probably high enough. But I thought I would go for a manga because I've got The Fragile Threads of Power, which is actually very chunky. It's got about 570 pages, so I didn't want to add another big chunky book to it. Okay, so this is my TBR for May. I'm actually quite happy. There's only really one chunky book on there with lots of manga, so I actually think this is very doable, like very doable. And especially as I know this TBR is probably going to go on for a month and a half for me. I'm very excited about these, so I'll just go over them again. So I've got the graphic novel Solo Leveling. So this is by Ju Gong. I have Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. I've got The Maid by Nita Prose. I've got Black Butler by Yana Tabasso. I've got The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have The Fragile Threads of Power by V. Schwab. I have Tunnel of Bones by V. Schwab as well. And then of course Orange by Ichigo Takano. So yeah, I am very excited about those. Please do let me know if you like this type of TBR video. If you have any prompt ideas for me, leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, I do anything book related on this channel, so TBR videos like this one, reading vlogs, readathons, all that jazz. I'll leave all the books I mentioned in the description and all my socials as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.